Welcome back to the Marching to Madness College Basketball Podcast this afternoon, where I have another one of my good friends, Scott Drew of the Baylor Bears. He enters his 20th season at Baylor, has 397 career wins with the Bears in 19 years, and we all remember the 2021 March campaign where the Bears won their first NCAA championship. Coach, welcome back.
Well, thanks for having me. Love your energy. Glad you're doing well. That's important.
Thank you very much. I am too. Hey, as I look at it, you coached 12 players to All America status in the last 15 years. Other than basketball talent, what are some things that are a normalcy with kids like that?
Well, first and foremost, God blesses everybody with talent,
Yeah.
but it's what you do with that talent. And normally, the people that become All-Americans have a great work ethic. They're high character individuals, are diligent, because it's hard to be good in one area in your life and not good in another area. I mean, usually they go to class, they get good grades. Like take Jared Butler, for example. He graduated in 3 years, business degree. He was male scholar athlete of the year in the Big 12 and co-player of the year with Cade Cunningham in the Big 12. So yeah, so Jared Butler, perfect example, somebody that graduated from Baylor in 3 years, Big 12 male scholar athlete of the year, and Big 12 co-player of the year with Cade Cunningham. But again, if you're going to be successful on the court, you have to be successful off the court. And people got to study scouting reports. They got to get extra work in. They got to eat right. They got to sleep right, because it all goes hand in hand. If you're a mess off the court, you're a mess on the court.
Yeah. Hey, your guys shot 53.6% from 2-point range last season, and you made 8 triples per game on average. As you look at the way you play or the way you attack offensively, does this work for you and your system more off the dribble drive or just spotting people up and letting them play?
Well, first and foremost, my dad always taught me you adjust your offense, your defense to your personnel so you can put them in the best position to be successful. So our offense will adjust each and every year based on our personnel. We try to get better at what we do every year. We try to find growing trends and different things that people have adjusted to. We have a great staff that is constantly growing and learning, and they're providing that information to me, and so we can make decisions on what's best for the team that we currently have. So a lot of threes, a lot of high point 2-point percentages. That usually is a good thing for everybody.
For everybody. Yeah, and of course, you're going to get LJ Cryer and Adam Flagler back. They're 2 of your top 3 scorers from a year ago. Cryer made 47% of his 3-pointers, which is just an unbelievable total. I think he was even 52 of 111. So, how many teams match up with him? What's he consistently showed this on the perimeter? Did they all have a certain way?
Well, LJ is somebody that got injured, and we lost him for the second half of the season. So he was off to a great start. Obviously, when you go through the rigors of the Big 12, though, it's hard to shoot a high percentage because everybody that second time through scouted what you do and how you do it. But it has sure been nice to have him on the court, because that would have been a great way to space the court and help provide firepower, obviously, for the offense. But defensively, he's improved as well, and gives us a good presence on the defensive end. If you look at last year, also we lost Jonathan Chamwachachua, co-Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. And when you're down those 2 guys, along with Langston Love at the beginning of the year towards ACL, really proud that the guys were able to win conference and still have a chance to advance in the tournament. You lose to North Carolina in a great game, largest comeback in NCAA tournament history, and they go on to lose in the championship game. Ironically, they had a big lead in the first half, and with games nowadays, they're never over till they're over, and you got to have depth because there's a lot of ups and downs and runs in the game.
Yeah, and of course, Adam, he led you with the team high 75 threes, and then he had 194 attempts.
Yeah, Adam's a great shooter. In fact, this year we have NBA scouts come by all the time at practice, and one thing they say is our team really does shoot it well, and we have 6, 7 guys that are more than capable to shoot over 40% from three. And that really spaces the floor and makes the game easier and makes us coaches look like we know what we're doing more.
Hey, I really like your inside game as well. Flo Thomba is relentless on the boards and in the interior on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, Flo is somebody that has gotten better each and every year, and he's really practiced well this fall, finishing really efficiently and effectively around the rim, and he's grown in that area. And defensively, bigger, stronger, and knows our system better than anybody. This is his 5th year in it.
Yeah, and then of course beside him you have we just mentioned Jonathan Chamla Chachua, 70.1%, and then he led the Bears in rebounding as well. So you got a nice 1-2 punch, so to speak, on the boxes.
Yeah, well, Jonathan's not going to be playing in the beginning of the year, though, unfortunately, and still recovering from that knee injury. So it
Oh,
opens up opportunities for Zach Loveday and Josh Ojowian, and both of those guys are long, athletic, more than capable, got good minutes and experience up in Canada. So hopefully that will help them, especially in the beginning of the year.
you guys had a really good experience up in Canada as well. Talk a little bit about that, and then how that not away from basketball, it'll bring a team together a lot of times.
Yeah, great question because as you know, building a team isn't just how you play on the court, but it's how well you get along off the court.
Off the
And
court.
when you go on trips like that and you're really in a different environment, you spend more time just with your players, you learn them more. Your teammates become your brothers, and we all fight harder for family. So that's a great experience, being able to go up, represent the USA team, play with 4 teams up there, Italy, Brazil, Canada. So great learning experience, great bonding experience. And again, hopefully that'll pay off for us at the beginning of this year.
You got a kid I'm really looking forward to seeing play for you, Keontae George. He was ranked the #3 freshman by ESPN. So share with us a little bit about his game and how he plays.
Well, Keontae's somebody that's capable of putting up big numbers. He can score in bunches, and somebody can score at all 3 levels. What I enjoy is he likes to be coached. He wants to get better. He doesn't want to let his teammates down. So like any freshman though, 18 years old going against 23-year-olds, 22-year-olds, that takes some getting used to, and just the intensity of each and every play, and the attention to detail required in each and every play is obviously different. It's different when you go from college to the NBA. It's different when you go high school to college.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. How do kids generally grip, the step forward and all the intricacies that we have in our game?
Well, I think it's kind of like parenting. You can read all the books you want about it, research it all you want, but until you actually have that real life experience, and then you know the importance of it. You put your hand on a hot stove and you get burned. Hey, I can't do that. And same thing with basketball. You take a play off, you get embarrassed and get dunked on, and all of a sudden you're like, I gotta stay locked in.
Yeah, locked in. Hey, I wanted to ask you about Coach Jerome Tang, going to Kansas State. Very good basketball coach. I've heard a lot about him. I'm looking forward. He's coming on here, I think, next week.
Well, you'll love having him. He's a great coach, but more importantly, that he's a great father, husband, brother to me,
Yeah,
and somebody that we'll always be cheering for as long as they don't play the Baylor Bears.
the Baylor Bears. Last thing, Coach, as you look at this season, what will be the biggest keys for you to move forward again and compete for that Big 12 title, as well as get deep into the NCAA tournament? Because I know you have 4 starters who are not back.
Yeah. Well, I know each and every year it's a different experience, but with us, anxious to see just how much we progress on the glass and on the defensive end, because I think we were more capable from the offensive side is shooting the ball. But how well we defend and rebound will probably determine how our season goes.
Yeah. One of the most exciting teams to watch on any level of basketball, the Baylor Bears, coached by Scott Drew. Coach, I really appreciate your time, and good luck to you this season. I hope I see you down the road somewhere.
Hey, appreciate you. Thanks for all you do for basketball. Glad you are well. I am heading to practice.
Oh, I wish I was going with you. Good luck.
Have a great day. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank
You look
you.
great.